Hey, it's Ben here, and here in this tutorial we're going to have a look at how we create these lines with circles on the end of it. We're going to have a look at how we get those circles to track the end of the line in Final Cut Pro. We're not going to be using any external plugins or using Apple Motion in this. It's going to be purely the tools in Final Cut Pro to create this. So we'll start with a brand new timeline here. And the way that we're going to make this line first of all animate on is by using one of the solids in Final Cut Pro. So we're going to come up to our generators and titles up on the top left. We'll scroll down, and what we're looking for here is the solids. Now there's a whole bunch of different solids here: whites, pastels, grayscale, and we're looking for the custom solid here, so we can make it any color we want. So we'll drag that down to the timeline, and I'm just going to do Shift and Z just to get that to fill the timeline. So at the moment we have this black solid which is filling the screen there, and we're going to come up to the inspector at the top right to modify some of its properties. So if you don't see the inspector, just go to Window, Show in Workspace, and make sure the inspector is checked. And we're going to come up to the generator inspector, and we just have this one option for this particular generator, and that is the color of it. So basically I'm going to drop down this little arrow here and select a color. We'll go for a nice rich blue here, and we're going to save this color as well so that we can use it. So to save a color, we're going to click on the little square there, and then we can drag that blue across to one of these empty blocks there. So we've got that blue color saved. We want to save that so that when we add our circle, we can use the same blue on it. So what we're going to do now is up in the inspector again, we're going to come to our video properties, and we are going to use the crop tools to basically crop this to the line that we want to be at the end of our animation. So I'm going to crop from the right. So somewhere around 260 should be good. In fact, I can just type it in here. And then I'm going to crop from the left by the same amount, so 260 again. That will mean that we get a nice kind of centered line there. And then I'm going to crop from the top and bottom, so we're going to crop all the way from the top and then from the bottom. And then once we kind of get close to the middle here, I'm going to hover over the numbers here. You can see that when I hold down Alt or the Option key here, it basically allows me to make more refined adjustments to that line. So you can see when I'm moving that up and down, it's moving by 0.1 at a time rather than these kind of bigger increments when we let go of Alt or the Option key. So again, we'll just pull this line up, make it nice and thin, and essentially we're going to animate this line. So I'm going to come to where I want my animation to finish, and the animation of the line is really simple. So all I'm going to do here around 3 or 4 seconds is basically add a keyframe for the right hand crop. So here I'm going to add a keyframe, and then I'm going to come back to the beginning of my clip here, and I'm going to crop it from the right until we lose that whole line. Now you won't be able to crop all the way to get that line to disappear. You're going to have to hover over those numbers again to kind of keep cropping, and we want to just kind of try and stop that crop around about the beginning of that line. Okay, so now we can see, if we press play, that line is going to draw on nicely. And the way we're going to set this up, we can speed this up and slow this down a little bit later on. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add our shapes on here. So for my shapes, I'm actually going to use some type options here. So I'm going to come to my bumper and open a type, and I'm looking for the basic title here. So I'm going to drag this down. So we're going to do 2 things here. We're going to look at how we can get type to track this line, and then we're going to look at how we can use some of the symbols to actually be that circle on the end of this line. So we get some nice options in there. So if we come back to the beginning here, we're going to select that title. I'm just going to come ahead 1 or 2 frames just so I see the beginning of that line, and I'm going to bring my title up to the start of that line. So to actually get this title to follow the line, we're going to use the tracker in Final Cut Pro. So to do that, I'm going to need to click the transform button, and you'll see the transform options here. But in order to get the tracking options to be visible here with this particular line that's drawing on, we actually need to make this into a compound clip. So I'm going to select my blue background, my animated line, and go to File, New, and Compound Clip. And we'll call this Animated Blue Line. And now you'll see that when we come back to basic title, we actually have the tracker properties pop up. So I'll just come back to the beginning here. I'm using the left and right cursor just to make sure I'm 1 frame in. And I'm going to go to my tracker here. So with the tracker, I want to center this around the start of that line. And I also want to make sure that it's just kind of touching the end of that line. So I've zoomed in to 400% here. I'm going to use this little red box on the left. Actually, we're going to come to 200% so we can see the edges of that box. And I'm going to reduce the size of this down so it's seeing the end of that blue line. So basically I just really want to track just that blue line, and when I now come and click Analyze at the top here, it's going to analyze that blue line. Actually it's done nothing, and the mistake I've made here is I actually need to grab the end of that line. So I'm going to need to wait till the line is animated on a little bit and then grab the end of this line. So I've come a few frames into my timeline here, and now I'll analyze forward again and it will analyze that line. And then it's going to come back to the beginning, and I want to analyze back to the beginning again. So if we zoom out to fit, so you'll see now that that title, apart from one little strange jump, will just come here and we will go back to the tracker. I'm just going to analyze backwards. We'll see if that fixes it. We'll now animate on nicely all the way to the end. So basically we can get text or any other element to track an animation in Final Cut Pro. We just need to be a little bit careful about this. I did some tests and I had some video behind my animation before, and that didn't work. It kind of tracked the video and the line at the same time, and some strange things happen. So you do need to make sure that you've just got that one compound clip behind your title as you're animating. So you can see now if we play that through, nice smooth animation till the end of the line. So what we can do now is we can come back anywhere really in this composition. I'm going to come up to my title and I'm going to do Control, Command and the spacebar, and that is going to bring up my symbols and emojis. So from here I'm going to use this basic circle. I'm going to double click on that and it's going to replace my text with that circle. So we'll close this. Now we want to move this circle, but we want to be careful about how we do this. So I'm actually going to turn off the transform controls down here at the bottom left of our viewer, and that will mean that we'll get the text frame up. So what you'll notice is as you're coming towards the middle of your composition, that little yellow line pops up. If I hold down the command key, it stops it snapping. And actually what I want to do is zoom in to 200% or something, maybe 400%. And we're going to then move this, and to make sure that we can actually move this more fluidly, I'm going to hold down the command key. It's going to toggle off that snapping and I can get that right on the end of that line. So you can see now as I move forwards and backwards, that is tracking perfectly right to the end of that line. So now I'm going to come up to my title. We'll scroll down to face. Remember we saved that blue, so I'm going to click on the white box here for that color of the face, and we're going to grab the same blue. So nicely in there we have the circle on the end of our line. If we view this at 100%, then it's going to look nice and crisp. So you'll see now we play that through, we have that circle on the end of our line, and it's going to animate perfectly on there. Now what we want to do is be able to kind of use and reuse that line in different locations. So we're actually going to turn this whole thing into a compound clip. So once you've got your tracking sorted, and I've deliberately left a hold at the end there so that our title can animate on, and I've made it a little bit longer than it needs to be so that we can modify the speed of it as we need to. So now I can select these two clips. I'll go to File, New and Compound Clip, or Alt or Option and G, and we'll call this line with circle animation, or blue line with circle animation. Click OK. And so now this clip we can pop over any video that we want to use in our edits. So if I zoom out a little bit from my timeline, so Command and minus, I'm going to come up to my video options here. We'll go into the video event and we'll grab this little short video of a music studio. I'm going to drop that down to the timeline and then just lift this line above that. So what we'll see now is that that line is going to draw on top of our music video there, and obviously it's a little bit hidden behind those bright colors. So I'm going to come up to the color inspector for my video, and I'm just going to mute this video in the background a little bit so we can see that blue line a bit more clearly. So if we play this back now, you can see my line animates on, and we've got then that hold at the end. So because this is a compound clip, I can kind of find the end of my line here where it stops, and then if I wanted to, I can start to make some speed modifications at the beginning. So I'm going to grab the range selection tool. We'll grab the beginning of this, and then I'm just going to come in here and speed it up by 2 times. So we can really easily control the speed that that line is animating on. So I can speed it up further if I want to, and we can get that to match any text that we've got animating on and that type of thing as well. So that's how to create the blue line there. One thing that I've done with some of my lines is if we go back to the select tool, if I double click in here, I'm going to come to my basic title type object. So when something's moving, it often has a little bit of motion blur in it. So we can fake that in Final Cut Pro. I'm just going to come across to my effects on the right, and under the video effects we have the blur options, and I'm just going to give this a little bit of directional blur. So we can drag that on there. You can see it's blurring it out a little bit, and basically when it's moving we want to give it a little bit of blur, maybe not quite that much. We can change the amount of blur that we've got. So I'm just going to give this like a little touch of blur, and then what we can do is we can have it blurred when it's playing back, and then as soon as we stop, so I'm going to play backwards here, find the last frame of that movement. I'll add a keyframe in here, use my right hand cursor to come to the point at which it stops, and then I'm going to type in a 0 for my blur. So it's going to sharpen up at that point. So we'll have it moving and then nice and sharp. So we can obviously modify the amount of blur that we have there. So if we just wanted like a little bit of slight pixel blur there, then we can do that, and it's just going to make it seem a bit more realistic as it's moving along that line. So if we wanted different color lines here, then with this blue line, I'm just going to hold down the Alt Option key, drag this up. We can really simply just use the color options in here. So if I come to color, I can use my main color option, can lift this up, and we can change the color of that line. So actually it looks like we've still only got one line there, but actually if we come to our transform options, we can lift that up and we've got 2 lines there. So we could even have these staggered a little bit. Okay, and we can start to play around and get some fun stuff happening with those different lines. So one thing to mention here is that these are all still linked to the same original clip. So if I come in here and I change, for instance, the circle that we're using on the end there, I'm just going to come up to my type options and my basic title layer. So if I do Control, Command and the spacebar, we can bring up our other options here. I could grab a triangle, and we might need to then zoom in and modify the location of that. See that nice little bit of motion blur in there. Then when we come back to our main timeline, just go to fit, all of those will be arrows. So we've created one graphic that we can use and reuse. But if we want to make a different version of this with another symbol, then we need to go to the compound clip and actually duplicate it. So if I come to my edits here, I think this is where this was stored. I have my animated blue line, my blue line animation with the arrow. If I want to make a new version of this, then I'm going to have to double click into it, copy these 2 animated graphics, and then come back, and I'm going to use Option and V. I'm just going to paste it on a connected clip. And basically then here I can make a new graphic which we can then change. So again, Option, Alt and G, and that we'll call this one animated line and square. Click OK. Can double click in here. You can see I've got my other animated line and square option here. I can come in here we'll again Control, Command and Spacebar, bring up our graphics, and we'll pick this hollow square, double click that, and then again we can zoom in to 400% and just offset this. So the tracking for our animation will be the same, so we can kind of use and reuse this, but now we can use that copy and paste to make a new compound clip to make different graphics. So if we come back to our main storyline, you can see now we've got our animated arrows, we've got our animated square, and again we can do the same thing with this where we duplicate it and have a variety of versions of that animating on. So you can see it's really relatively quick and easy to set up your own animated graphics in Final Cut Pro. At some point you may want to start looking at Apple Motion, but I really like to keep as much of my work in one application as possible. So if you can learn all the little ins and outs and tips and tricks for Final Cut Pro, then you're really going to grow your knowledge of that one application and improve how you're able to work with it. We can also do things like really increase the exposure for our line, so we can make it white, or really reduce the exposure, make it black. So we've got some other cool options for being able to modify and kind of really refine those graphics as we animate them. So hopefully this is a useful overview of how to add shapes onto the end of a line, kind of animate them in Final Cut Pro using the new motion tracking tools in Final Cut Pro, and then also how to create different versions of those animated lines so you can kind of use and reuse them and create graphics for your projects. If you have any questions about this or other tutorials, then do leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you on the next tutorial.